Adly Hassan from Sudan. I started this January 2001, which is now almost 20 years. So before to join, I followed the advice for many years of my dad. My dad told me when I was young, he told me work hard when you are young so you can relax when you are older in age and get a good degree. And I followed the advice, and I become a civil engineer. And after my graduation from Egypt, as a civil engineer from Egypt, I worked for 2 years in Sudan, 4 years in the US, and 6 years in Dubai, in the United Arab Emirates. And after 12 years, nothing had happened. Still, my dreams start to fade away, start to run away from me, and I start to feel like, hey, what's happening? And I start to become just like the others, following the steps of everyone, just going to work and come back home and giving up on my dreams, and seeing my life will be like this. Until one day, my younger brother approached me, and he tried to put me on QNet. Of course, eventually I rejected, but he reminded me. He told me, look at our dad. And when I look at my dad, I said, oh my God, he's 69 years old. He's a Supreme Court judge. And he made it sometime during his working career to becoming a minister. And he's still working hard, cannot relax. And he advised me that when you will become older, you will relax. And he was 69 years old. He was approaching 70, and he's still not relaxing. And I said to myself, maybe I should have a look into this business that my brother is talking about. And he managed to put me in front of the upline, his upline, whom became after that my coach, my mentor. And at the end of the presentation, I was, very excited with the numbers because I'm an engineer. I love the numbers. And I said, wow, this is great. But for me, having the two, it was like a big block. I saw that this is impossible for me because I spent most of my life like antisocial person. I'm not good into marketing. I'm not good into talking to people. I'm not good into trainings. I'm not into, this is not my cup of tea. I didn't see myself like someone who's able to go and talk to no one about this business. And I'm very thankful to my brother that he pushed me to be into the business. So what happened? What happened after that? Actually, before to go into that point, let me tell you this. One thing I learned, that most of the people that during your journey, when you are practicing the business, you will meet many people like me. And I'm sure many of you have joined, you can just relate. For you, having the two, it was a big obstacle. And you saw that it's like impossible and it's not possible to happen. Actually, the fact that the people you will meet that will tell you, oh, the two is difficult and impossible, these are some people I like to be in my network. These are some people I like to make sure that they will become part of my family, because it's very obvious that they're very honest, they're very truthful, and they are not willing. When they have seen the presentation, they never thought in a smart way. They said, okay, let me trick two people, put them in the system, and left and right will grow, and I will start making money. They were very honest to themselves. They said they were very honest, and they never thought of taking a shortcut and trying to just do it anyway, using any technique or using any system. They just thought that they cannot make it, because it's normal that when you are presented to the business, that you will see having the two is difficult if you are truthful and honest enough. And someone, that you honor your word, and you don't want. That's why I noticed that such people, when they join the business, to their surprise, they will find a lot of people who had so much of respect to them. A lot of people that would love to follow their steps, to follow them, because they've been all their life before coming into our presentation very truthworthy. And my upline, I started the business with him, and the challenge I faced, that when I joined the business, I made it to becoming a technical manager, In that company in Dubai, which is a very senior position, I was like the second man in that company. 300 people reporting to me from different departments, and the mentor, the upline, the coach that was supposed to guide me and to mentor me, the one who presented the business to me, he's more than 10 years, he's almost 10 years younger than me. And his experience in life, he was just a courier guy. He's working for a courier company. His job is to check on packages and to make sure that they are dispatched. You know, he's 10 years, he's almost 10 years younger than me. And now I am the big boss who has made it in life, very successful, a big position. And now this young boy has to teach me how to become successful in business, how to become successful in life. It was very difficult for me to digest this. Yes, I come from a background that when I do something, I have to do it right. In my mind, my mindset was, I will make it. I will make it right. I will make it right. I will focus. I will make it happen. But I was trying to make it right my own way. It was difficult for me to empty my cup to my upline. And this is an advice to all the new people in the business and even to the old people. Always remember that you need to empty your cup to your upline, to your coach. You need such a person in your life. Actually, you need first, before you need such a person in your life, you need to empty your cup. Because whatever, with all respect, we have all the respect to all the knowledge you have, to all the degrees you have, to all the experience you have, all the years you spent before coming into this great, amazing journey. We have much of respect to that. But here it's a different industry, different type of business, and you need to empty your cup for the uplines, for us to give you something new for you to start moving forward, to start applying. And today, before I come in, VC Saimak and AVP Said Amir, they were talking about the paradigm shift, training. They were talking about the 8 building blocks. If you don't have an empty cup, if you don't have an empty, when we say having an empty cup, we're not trying to tell you become just be, act as dumb and act like as if you don't know anything in life. No, actually utilize all your knowledge to understand in a better way all the teachings from the people that made it before in life. And that's what we're trying to do here today and tonight and all the times during all these sessions, all these trainings. We're not trying to motivate you, because if you are not motivated enough by your dreams, by your reasons, by that feeling, that moment. You remember that moment when the business was presented to you felt that you got so excited. You've seen something. That's why you are here today. You felt like, oh, finally I can reach out to my dreams. I can make it happen. Finally, it is possible. So let me remind you about that moment. Are you still hungry to that feeling? Are you still hungry to that moment? If you keep hungry to those dreams, hungry to make your dreams becoming reality, becoming true, then you need no one to motivate you. You need no one to motivate you. As AVP said, Amir said, looking at at your kids' faces, or maybe your parents, if no matter with said and done, one day they will become older in age and they will need you, and you have to be ready today if you're still young in age. And if you're someone in my age, they're already old. They will need you sometime. You have to be ready today. Today you need to pay the price. And this is the second thing. First thing, you need to be very hungry for your dream. Second thing, you have to be ready to pay the price. The price is too high. The price, you spend a lot of time. Many people will reject you. Many people will laugh on you. Many people will critique you. Many people will tell you that you are crazy, you are mad. Many people will run away from you. Many people from your relatives, from your inner circle, from your closest friend, from your circle of influence, a lot of people will reject. A lot of people will say no to you. And this is normal. We all went through the same difficulties. We're having these events and these trainings to tell you, not to motivate you, but to tell you we are not aliens. We are not coming from different planets. We are just normal people like you. I myself, I was very shy, very antisocial. I was not that this outgoing person whom I developed to. So I made the decision one day, after going through much of difficulties. My first 8 months in the business, I was trying to do it my own. I was trying to create my own system. I did not empty my cup to my coach. I did not. Because I thought, hey, I'm a big boss. I know so many things in life. I studied in Egypt. I work in the US, in America, and I work in Dubai. Why do I need anyone to tell me what to do? I know much in life, so I was very much full of myself. And that's why it was difficult for me the first 8 months to achieve anything, any results. I was not emptying my cup to my coach, and I was not trusting in my coach that he has the system. So today, I tell you, empty your cup and trust in your coach. If you're hungry and if you're ready to pay the price, empty your cup. Empty your cup and trust in your coach. Trust on the system of your team. The system of your team proved it right. Many people already max out utilizing and using the same system. You don't need to create nothing. You don't need to invent anything. All what you need to do is to trust, believe. Believe that your upline has the best system, that if you will follow step by step, you will reach your financial freedom. You will max out and you will become limitless. Are we together? I hope we are together. I hope you understand where I come from. Where I come from, I do my best to give you this wake-up call, because I don't want you to make the same mistakes I made. Don't make the same mistakes I made. Until after 8 months, I was put in one event, and in that event, it was my wake-up call. And for the first time, I understand that how is it important for me to humble myself down and to embrace the fact that I have a coach like the coach I used to have. I was lucky that he did not give up on me. When every night I was going back after finishing my work and going to my presentations, to my meetings, and come back after midnight, tired, exhausted, and I have no enough time to sleep before going in the morning again back to my work, before I finish my work in the evening, so I can go to my meetings and my presentations and my, so every day it was so exhausting. But when I come at night, he will call me and he will ensure that I'm still switched on. Although that I was giving him much of hard time, I was not listening to everything he will tell me. He will talk about 8 building blocks. He said, let's do the contact list. I said, I know my contacts. Why do I need to write the contacts? I know them. So I was pinned to my upline. And that's why I spent the first 8 months reaching nowhere. And when I started to humble myself and open up again and embrace the fact that he's part of my life and he's willing to help me. And when I emptied my cup and I started to listen to him, and for the first time in my life, after 8 months, I started to write down my contact list and I started to check on my circle of influence and I started to do it right. And that's the time things started to change. That's the time things started to change. Now it's different. Now it's different. Before I thought it's, every prospect for me was just a dollar sign. For me, they were just dollar sign. I just wanted them. I'm an engineer. I thought it's a numbers game. Just people will join and think we'll start growing. But I realized, no. Many things has to change. Many things had to change on me. But the first 8 months, when things were not going, were not happening, I thought of that, hey, this upline is useless. He doesn't know what he's doing. What kind of a company is this? What kind of products are this? Why the products are expensive? Why this? Why that? So I was complaining about anything, everything. Everything for me was like, I tried to change everything around me except changing myself. And for things to change, I have to change. If I want to become better, then I have to start changing my attitude. If I want to become a better person, I have to change my attitude. And when I started changing my attitude, and when I started acquiring and having the right mindset, things started to change. When I start to understand, yes, why I'm complaining about everything? Why I'm complaining about the company? This is my company. I am the company. I am QNet. Hardly you will find me today when I'm talking about QNet. I talk about it as if it's a different entity. When I talk about our QNet, I talk about our company, my company, QNet. I am QNet. It is my company. When I start to believe in that, when I start to see myself changing, when I start to see that this is a business and I have to respect, and when I start to believe in my coach, in my upline, when I start to believe in myself, when I start to understand, to get knowledge about the industry, about the company, about the founders, when I start to know who they are, what is their heart, when I start to see what they are doing and how far they want to go, things started to change. For me, prospects are no longer dollar signs. I understood that this is a great mission. I'm in the greatest business on this planet for the mankind. This is the most business that will really help the mankind. This is the most halal business. This is my mindset. I have no doubt. Today I have no doubt. Because I have no doubt, things started to change. Before, when I go to my presentation, my mind is, I want some people to join because I need that commission check. But when I started to change the mindset and I knew that I'm building a family here, that my objective is to leave a good impression on my prospect. When I'm going to my presentation, I'm no longer worried about the kind of questions, the kind of objections, the kind of rejections, the kind of topics that they might open. Now I'm going to the presentation with full belief, with full conviction, and knowing that I am the company. I know that today people will join me. Remember, when you joined the business, you didn't know QNet. You didn't trust in QNet. You didn't know who the founder, but you knew, you trusted on the person who presented the business to you. So actually, everyone will join you. He will join you before to join QNet. Remember this. You are the company. You are the ambassador of this company. And you have to be a good ambassador. When I start carrying this mindset, and when I decided to be a good ambassador to my company, to my business, things started to change. When I'm going to the presentation, I'm no longer worried about their objections. My mindset, my focus is to make it a winning presentation. My focus is to handle any objection. I'm no longer worried about what question they will ask. My mindset that I have all the answers. But also, I had no time to argue with no one. I was not arguing. I was full of conviction, full of belief that this is the greatest business on this planet for the human beings, for the mankind. And I'm carrying a great opportunity. Who should reject who? Who should reject who? I don't care. If they don't like the business today, maybe one day they will change their mind. So my job today is to leave a good impression, to help them to make the right decision. Yes, for me, the right decision is for them to join. But if they are not ready today, for some reason, and for many reasons, as AVP Said Amir said, tomorrow they will join. After tomorrow they will join. I know some V partners rejected the business 5 times before they joined. Rejected the business 5 times to the same person. The same person dare to come back to the same prospect 5 times. But every time, how you will come back to your prospect? How you will come back? Because the more you are involved in the business, the more you are doing the business, the more you will become knowledgeable, the more you will become, equipped with more knowledge, with more conviction, with more belief, with more passion. And the people, every time, they will see difference on you. Actually, the reason maybe they will reject you today because they have preconceived idea about you. They know you from before. They don't trust maybe that you will become successful in any business. So the more you are committed to the business, the more you stay in the business, the more things will change. Results will change. Eventually, things will change. We went through the same hell, went through the same difficulties. The closest people in the family, they rejected us. I told you my dad is a Supreme Court judge. When I joined the business, and after a while, when he knew what I'm doing, he started calling me a thief. From his experience, he thought that his son now is, he said that this is not what I thought that you will become. I did not invest all these years and money on your studies and everything for you to go out and cheat people, scam people. That was his opinion on my business. My mom was telling me, please stop doing this business. She was feeling so ashamed when going to family gatherings, either weddings or whatever. Other moms, they were attacking her. They were telling her, can you please tell your son to stop, talking to my son? Because my son is losing focus. He's no longer focusing on his work, on his house, or this or that, because some started to join the business. And, relatives, their parents, they were worried. They thought that it's because of me. They didn't know that their loved ones, they were doing it because they care about the future, because they have dreams, and they are part of their dreams. They are part of their plans. My mom was feeling so embarrassed from what I'm doing. And many people around me, a lot of schoolmates rejected me, and they made fool of me. They said, Daya, you sure this is what is going to make you rich, Adly? Please don't waste your time, and don't waste our time. And today, when I see many of them, I look at some of them who rejected me in 2001, 2002, I look at them, they're still doing the same. Some of them still working for the same company. And I was able, after doing this, first 8 months, it was painful. Many times I was talking to myself, maybe this is not for me. Maybe this is not the right business. Maybe it was a mistake. And as I said, I'm very thankful to my coach, to my upline, to my leader, that every night he will call me at night. He will follow. He will make sure that when I'm back home, he will call me. And that call will take maybe 45 minutes. And with that call, he will uplift me. Because after much of negativity, much of objections during the day, a lot of, difficulties, obstacles you meet during the day, and when you feel like my energy down and my mind is busy, whether I shall continue or shall I stop, and he will give me the push, he will give me the boost, and I'm ready. And I'm ready for another day, and I'm ready for another day, and another day, and another day, until 6 months after I made the right decision that I'm no longer doing this business half-hearted. I'm no longer trying this business, because I cannot try on people's dreams. People will join you because they come with big dreams, with big hopes, and we cannot try on that. I cannot try on people. If I try, they will know that I'm trying on them. They know that I'm testing the business on them. I cannot test the business. I had to send very strong signals that I am doing this business lifetime. This was what the message I had to send, the signal I had to send every time when I'm talking to people. And when I did that, things started to change. 6 months after that, from zero to max out, I start to make the same income that I thought that it is impossible to me made. I remember when I was like 2 months old in the business, I had a very defined upline. I got a chance, 2001 commissions will come in checks. You will receive through email a check, and you deposit the check in a bank, and the money will be collected in like what months, not like today. Today you are in the world of speed. Everything is happening fast. Quest account, ECAS, convert the ECAS into cash. Everything is ready. Commission appear today. Today you can cash it. No, commission will appear today. I will order the check. The check will come in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Register mail. I receive it, deposit in my bank, and maybe in 3 weeks or 1 month before the cash in my bank account. So I remember I've seen the commission check of the most edified upline, our grand upline, not my direct coach, the grand upline, the upline that the most edified upline, the upline that everyone was talking about, the one who will tell the story, the one when I went to my first weekend, he was up on the stage, very much edified. Everyone is talking about him. Everyone is talking about how much money he's making. He was like the most earning leader in QNet those days. His commission check, I remember that week when I was 2 months in the business, I said to his commission was 15,000 in that particular week. And I said to myself, no way anyone on this planet can make that amount of money. For me, I thought, I can, if I will make only 2,000, 3,000 a week. So my dream was to make 10,000 a month from this business, and I will be very happy, very excited. That was my goal. That was my dream. And I thought, sometimes when we talk to ourselves like that, and we are the people that we send the wrong message to ourselves. And I was sending a wrong message to myself that, and maybe that's why the first few months in the business, it was not happening, because I was doubting. I was doubting that this kind of income could happen. And today, I know some of you are having the same amount of doubt. And you cannot continue like that. You cannot continue like that. You cannot doubt that you cannot max out. You cannot doubt. You have to kill the doubt. It's okay to doubt for some time, but you cannot continue doubting. Because if you doubt, the people you are talking to, they will know that you are in doubt. They know that you don't believe in what you're doing. They know. My advice to you today, if you don't believe that every single day that you are giving, today is the first day in the rest of your life. Today is a new day of your life. Every day is a new day. It's the beginning of the rest of your life. If you don't see yourself that from today onward that you can max out, even if you're today earning zero, it doesn't matter if you are new or old in the business. If you don't see today is your first day in the rest of your life, and you can make it to max out, and you can become financially free, then stop now. Stop now. Don't continue. Because if you don't believe that you can make it, then why are you talking to people? Why are you talking to people? You cannot talk to people when you are in doubt. Clear all your doubt. Clear all your doubt. Drop it behind your back. You cannot doubt. Because this is what people will buy. What they will buy? They will buy your 100% belief. That's what they will buy. They don't know QNet. They will buy you. They will buy your belief. And if you believe, they will know. And if you doubt, they will know. And if you're trying, they will know. Because people are smart. People are intelligent. They will know. So what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you believing 100% or you're doubting? So today I'm talking to you to give you this belief that yes, today is the first day of the rest of your life. Today you have enough knowledge, you have good system, good appliance, good leaders, great company, great system. And what you have to do is to plug yourself to it. So stop doubting and start doing the business. Roll up your sleeve. You have doubt? Pause. Stop. Visit everything. Visit your attitude. Visit your mindset. Work in that area before you proceed. Because that's the only way for you to start maxing out, or to actually to reach your max out. When you believe, when you have no doubt. That's the way out. Are we together here? And you know, after some time, I was maxing out, and things were going very well. I was so excited, so happy. Things started to change. People started to believe in me. People started to follow me. You know, some rejected in the beginning. They start to change their mind. They start to join. You know, even, you know, many things happen during the journey. My parents start to change their position. My dad now is proud of what I'm doing. My mom is proud of what I'm doing. Things started to change. After some time, after a couple of years, things will start to change. When they see how much you are committed, how much you are not willing to stop doing this, they will, because they, as AVP said, Amir said, they are just overprotective. They love you, but this is, you know, they are worried about you. So eventually people will change. The same people in the beginning, they will tell you, oh, you're crazy, you're mad. They will say, oh, you are jam of a person. You knew it. You've done it right. You made the right decision. I admire what you've done. I admire your hard work. They will know that it was hard work, because for some time you will just disappear. I'm telling you, it's a price you will pay. You will just disappear. You will just disappear from the equation. You will disappear from your family. You will disappear from the family gathering. You will disappear from so many things. And you will give up on some hope, is not forever, but for some time. It's a price you have to pay. Where you will get the time from? Where you will get the time from? You have to cut the time. This is the true investment. This is the time you will invest here to get the knowledge, to educate yourself, to practice, to keep on doing the business. And the more you will do the business, the more you will master it. It's simple as that. There is no magic in the formula. There is no magic. There is no magic. There is no such a thing called system better than system. Some people, they think, oh, when it's not happening, let me change the upline, or let me change the team, or let me change the system. They're looking for the best system. There is no such a thing. It's all about you, your attitude, because what every team system have proven that it's a good system, and every system under whatever team in this, under the V umbrella, every system proved that it's good system, and made many people, help many people to max out. So if you're not yet maxing out, it's not about the system. You don't need to change the system. You don't need to change your upline. You don't need to change your team. You don't need to change the company, which is something some people sometimes, they think, as I told you, some people, they think, oh, those who started in the early days, they will always make most of the money. Hey, I have people join in 2002. My upline, the one who introduced me to the business, my brother, he never made it. It's his choice. But I made it. I have a downline who joined in 2002, who became a VP, AVP. Then I have another downline who joined in 2004. Again, he made it to an AVP. I have another downline who joined in 2009. He made it to an AVP. In between, many people joined and they said, I think, Adly is making it to this level because he started early in 2001. I had the same mindset when I've seen the upline commission, the defined upline, when I've seen the defined upline commission check that time, when I was just 2 months old in the business, I saw because, he started early. He started 2 years ago. That's why he's making that much money. We always tend to think like that. People will join in 2020 and they will make it to V partners. I'm telling you. And some people join it in 2018 and they will go to another company because they will think that it's about changing the companies. And we've seen this many times. I'm telling you, I've seen this in 2003 when the edified upline was maxing out, who was making 15,000 and above after that, of course. And he decided to start his own company in 2003. And because he was very edified, because he was the most edified upline in my network, I was looking very up to him. And suddenly he started his own company. And because of his much of edification, and I was not ready to that, no one, prepared me for such a challenge, I lost many of my downlines. And from max out, I collapsed to zero. And it was really devastating for some time. And him and some of the people that followed him, many people, they think that if they start in a new company and they will make it. And they think that if they steal some of our downlines, they can make it. They think if they steal our systems, they can make it. They think that they steal our trainings, they can make it. And I'm telling you, they can steal everything, but they cannot become successful like who we are. They cannot. I've seen it happening many times, simply because they don't have Datu Sri Vijay Aswaran. They don't have Japadas Bismarck. They don't have Chief Batman Sinataraja. They don't have these people. They don't have such people with such great quality. Those people, they are true warriors, true fighters, and they instilled on us this DNA of being fighters, being true warriors. And I'm telling you, QNet went through a lot of challenges, a lot of difficulties, but because they care, because for them, this is a mission. For them, they know that they are here to help the mankind. For them, this is not a business. That's why they're still, Datu Sri Vijay and Japada, they're still with us. They're still taking every challenge, facing every challenge, every difficulties we are facing. That's why we are having the best network marketing. We're having the best MLM company on this planet. We are the best because we have the best founders with the best quality. I'm telling you guys, I've seen it. I've seen at least 30, 40, 50 other MLM companies. They come to our regions, they come to our market. For sometimes they steal some of our people, they steal some of our leaders, they steal some of our systems, and they offer to some of our leaders, they offer some money. And for sometimes I was feeling upset, but I realized that people that will go because they are being given some offers, they are the prostitutes of the industry. Excuse me for my language. They are the prostitutes of this industry. I'm telling you, don't feel upset, don't feel mad because some uplines will leave or some downlines will leave. Actually, it's good for your business, good for your network that you get rid of the people that sooner or later they will cause damage to your network. If you want your network to be based and built on a solid foundation, you don't need these people, such greedy, selfish people. You don't need them in your network. Yes, that time I was not, having all this conviction. in 2003, when they started this company, and many people jumped from my network, from my company to that company, and they start calling me, and they start giving me a lot of good offers. They tried to buy me. They tried to buy me. They offered me a lot of tempting offers, and for sometimes I was confused, and I was not sure and they told me they knew my upline, the deferred upline. He left there and he caused a lot of damage to my network. And he told me, I know that you are not earning and you are struggling. Why you want to stay with this company? The company already, bad news about it everywhere. Everyone is talking negative about the company. And why you need to continue with such company? Leave the company. Why you loyal to QNet? You don't need to be loyal to QNet. You have to be loyal to your dreams, to the food you can put on the table for your family. You have to be loyal to your pocket. That's what they were advising me. And for sometimes I was confused, because the same upline who was teaching me and training me and guiding me, now he's telling me to be loyal to my dreams. And before, he was telling me all the values and ethics, and he was telling me to be truthful and honest. And now, so I said, no, he cannot be right. Something wrong with what with his approach at the moment. And he was not the only one. That was not the only company. Many companies, I told you, one after another. Another company in 2003 itself, another company in 2004, another company in 2005. And many people from my network and from other teams' network, they were leaving and going to those companies, and they were telling us, oh, this is best company, best product, best system, best future, and it will become hit, and this is the time to do this business. Forget about QNet. And what happened at the last? They all vanished. They all disappeared. I can count no less than 40 companies in names along the years. And all these people, all the people who jumped to these companies today is struggling in life. I'm telling you, some of them will last around for maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, but at last they don't have Datus Rivijay and Japadas. They don't have Chief. They don't have all these people. They don't have the same DNA we have. And that's why they cannot last. And that's why one time during it, because they are just after money, because they are selfish, they're greedy, they are not truthful. They did not commit to the words they've been given. Remember, I told you, people will join you. And because I knew that people join me, because people, when they join my network, they trusted on my word. They took my commitment. When I told them this is a lifetime business and I will do this forever, I was not lying. And I cannot end up being a liar. We're not in the business of lying to people. Yeah, in the normal sales business, people might lie to you because they know it's one time sale. But here we are not, it's not one time sale. I cannot lie to you because I know we will become family. And we will be together as long as, with God willing and grace, it will be 20, 30, 40 years, I don't know. It's all by His grace, but this is a family. We're building a family. And we're not lying to people. We cannot lie. If you start lying to people, you will attract liars. And you know why these people that they jump to other companies, why did their companies fail? Because they lie. And they attract liars. They don't attract truthful people. Our founders, they build this company on values and on ethics, on truth. And we have to be truthful. Yes, that time in 2003, I was just maybe 2 years in the business, 2 years plus. I was not that much loyal to the founders and to Chief and to the V partners. And yeah, but I knew at that time that when I looked and when I sat with myself and evaluated the whole thing, Yes, I'm struggling today. Yes, maybe I'm struggling today. Maybe, yes, my commission dropped from max out to 0. But now I have the knowledge. I have the belief. I have the confidence. I trust in myself. I trust that I'm an honest person, and I will only tell the truth. And because of that, I had no doubt that I can make it again. That I can make it again. And as I told you, that day, it was the new day. It was the beginning of my journey. So every time I was starting from 0, it was the beginning of my journey. I had no doubt that I can max out again. I had no doubt. And that's what happened. Eventually, I started maxing out again. So if you stay and if you continue and if you believe that this is a company will last, I'm telling you, this is a company will last. This is a company will not give up. The Dato Sri Vijay and Japadas, they will never give up. They care about us. They are not normal business people. They are not just after money. If they are just after money, by now, they could have just sell the shares on this company, and they just go enjoy life. And they leave us in the hands of any businessman. And if no enough money is coming, maybe again he will sell to another businessman. No, they are still with us. They are still fighting because they believe that this is a mission and they are here to help the mankind. And if you have the same belief, I'm sure you're going to make it. Just empty your cup. Trust in your coach. Trust in your upline. Trust in your team system. But be willing. Be hungry and be willing to pay the price. Sometimes it will be difficult. Sometimes uplines will leave to other companies. And you will feel like you are confused. What shall I do? You have 3 choices. Choice number 1 is to follow the upline. Choice number 2 is to cry and to say, oh, my upline left me, I'm alone. How can I do this? Now I'm left alone. How can I do this? Hey, my upline left me. The most certified upline, the one that our lifeline, the one we were holding to, the one we were defying in every presentation. We talk about his success. Now he's jumping to another. He's jumping from the ship. And this is the third choice, is to stay on the ship. Yes, it might appear sometimes that the ship is sinking. It might appear sometimes that the sea is very rough. But let me tell you this. I know one thing here, that I am the captain of my ship. And I keep repeating this. I'm not joking about it. I am the captain of my ship. That's my belief. And I want you to have the same belief that you are the captain of your ship. It's not VC Simon. It's not AVP Amir. You are the captain of your ship. It is your life. It is your dreams. It's your hopes. If you are hungry to it, this is your ship. This is the ship of your life. And you keep on fighting. And you will make it. And you will make it sail again. So every day is the first day of your life. Every day is the first day of your journey in this business. If you don't believe in this, then don't make no one to join you today. Because that means he has no chance to make it. If you don't believe that you have the same opportunity to make it, to max out today, then don't make no one to join your network today. Because he has no chance. But if you believe that you can max out again, then start rolling up your sleeve and start going out and talking to people and make it happen. Are we together? And stay the captain of your ship. And with this, I come to an end. And I love you, East Africa. And until we meet again, all the love. And I see you maybe in a next VCon or maybe in a VCon stage, inshallah.